Alright. Ready for Chapter 5, which starts right at the end of the pier. I've been playing this level for the last couple days, and wow. That's all I can say about Chapter 5. Wow. There is so much to do in this level. I'm going to go ahead and split this video in half, because there's so much to do in it.
I'll take the oars. You row about as well as I can dance.
There are 4 thieving challenges.
The exercise will do you some good.
2 of which are the same as any other level or client job. Collect all the loot and stay undetected. But we also have to take no damage, and we have to do 12 kills or knockouts. Now, staying undetected and the 12 kills or knockouts isn't even going to be an issue for this video, because there are no threats to kill until about 3/4 of the way through this chapter.
What does Aaron have to do with Moira?
Do you believe in ghosts?
Huh?
Yeah,
Spirits.
and the developers at Eidos Montreal, you can tell they spent a lot of time just on this one level alone. And they really amped up the ghost story.
You think Aaron's haunting you?
Now, I'm not somebody that's easily frightened by, watching horror movies or playing horror games, but I'll tell you straight up, there are some parts of this level where I genuinely jumped, where I was not expecting certain things to happen.
Some kind of an explosion. Aaron died.
But as far as things to collect, we have 6 collectibles. There are 42 documents, which is a lot of documents for one level. And there's 106 loot items, which is a lot of loot items for one level. There's so much in this level.
There's an answer in here somewhere. I could feel it.
The last chapter of this game didn't really go into depth about the Aaron story, and I was kind of let down by that, but this chapter does.
A few boats have come in, nothing has come out. Garrett, I don't know what you expect to find in there, but be careful. Don't become a ghost yourself.
I've been a ghost all
Now,
my
most of
life.
this game has got music that it's really eerie and really creepy at times, but this level especially, and I think it's really
It's been a long
cool.
time since this island had a good reputation.
So it brings us right out here, and this is just a long run. There is nothing of significance down this path. And just keep booking it. Now when we get up to the asylum over here, I'm going to go to the left first. There's only 2 loot items over there. Well, there's 1 collectible and a loot item. But the front door is locked. And there's a statue right out front holding out her hands, and her hands are empty. Coming over here doesn't do anything about that. However, when you go over to the right side, even if you don't come this way first, it opens the door, and then another loot item mysteriously appears in the statue's hands. And that creaking, that's the sound of the front door opening. In these benches, there is a throwable and 2 more items behind it. Well, there was a throwable behind it. And here we go. This item wasn't here before. Alright, and on the way in.
Okay. Seems someone's expecting me.
And the door slams behind us, and we're trapped in here. Now, there's a peephole right in front of us. Sometimes the light is already shining through, and sometimes it isn't. Sometimes you gotta wait for it.
You shouldn't be here.
Yeah. And I would be lying through my teeth if I said I did not jump the first time that happened.
Aaron was here.
But coming in here, got a document on the floor.
Good start.
Item in this drawer. And then the bottom right drawer of the desk. Coming out of here, you can go either to the left or to the right. They both lead to staircases that take you up to the same place. Up to this desk over here. That's got an item in the lower left drawer. Now this cabinet over here, this cabinet has a document in it. When you pick up the document, you can hear a revolving door creaking behind us, which is a clue. Yeah, you can hear it creaking. It's way back over there in the corner. That's a clue that we're going to have to come back here later. We have to come back to the same desk. But for now, we're going to go over to the right. In the bottom drawer, another item. And a lot of revolving doors in this level, too. You can totally get lost in here. So I go down the stairs first. Over to the left, there's a box with some arrows if you need them. I filled up on arrows before we got here, so we're all set there. And over here, there's another staircase. Looks just like the one we just came down. It's got a fork and another document. And over in this room, way back in the corner, got a syringe on the shelf. A lot of syringes in this level, too. And again, bottom right drawer. A lot of syringes, a lot of scissors, and a lot of pocket portraits. So we're done down here. We go back upstairs. And this area up here looks just like the area we were just in. Except there's this end table over here with another rope arrow. You're going to need rope arrows. And then another office just like the last one. Top left drawer. Teacup on top. And again, bottom right drawer. Got a wheel valve right next to us that opens the next part. That's the men's ward. Garrett said earlier he's looking for clues about Aaron, so the women's ward would be the place to go, but for whatever reason we have to go to the men's ward first. Okay. This room, the men's ward, there is a ghost in here. The night warden. There is a ghost who does not like us being here. Yeah. Anytime you try to pick a lock or open a door, it pisses him off. This room in here has 4 items and a throwable. The room next to it has a teacup, and directly behind us is an office. This time it's bottom left drawer. Another document. Crazy with the documents this level. And then top right drawer. All the way in the back behind us, got another syringe on the shelf. Document on the right.
My kind of patient. If you got hold of this key.
Then you want to jump up on this bookshelf. There's a vent up top that's got another pocket portrait. From this vent, you can hop over to the other side, and we have to follow this wall all the way down to another vent that's got another pocket portrait. And then all the way to the end of the hallway. So we just cleaned out this entire side of the men's ward. On the way to the other side, there's a document right here in the middle. And I'm going to run all the way back, and we're just going to go all the way down the entire length of this hallway. This room here has 2 peepholes, one on either side. This one on the left, when you look through it, there's a painting that's not available, that's not there until you peek through the hole. When you peek through this one, there's a wine glass on that wheelchair. That wine glass isn't there until you look through the hole. Now there's an item in this room. Like I said, the night warden, this ghost that's in here, does not like us being here. And he's not dangerous. And see, he just knocked over that shelf behind us. There's a key that we have to find. And he doesn't get really pissed off until you grab that key. Then he starts making a lot of noise. And then he will attack you. So the key is in that room. But before we do that, we're going to come over here. There's a document. And then this cabinet. Yeah. What was hidden must be uncovered. That's another clue. You have to close the cabinet and then open it back up. And then there's a syringe magically appears. Okay, so we're going to go into this room, and the only way to get to it is from the room next to it. It's got a hole in the wall. And there's actually quite a lot to grab in here. You got a document, first of all. And there's a lot of cutlery on the floor. Like 4 items on this side of the bed. Then there's a small shelf right here you got to hop up on. Because in the vent is another pocket portrait. And then one more, and this key. This is what we came in here for.
This should get me into the female ward.
Yeah. Now we want to get out of here as quickly as possible. This document was not here before. It's not there until you come out of the room. If you grab that key too soon, you will hear the Night Warden start making a lot of noise. The noise gets louder and louder. And when it gets really loud, if you are still running around collecting loot, he will attack you. And you'll have failed the Take No Damage Thieving Challenge. So, coming into this way, I go over here first. There's an end table. It's got a pocket portrait. And there's more arrows if you need them. But this is one of the locks we needed the key for.
Locks. What's so important to him in an asylum?
Document right next to it. There's also a cabinet over there. That's got food in it if you need that. Now in this room, it's this drawer. Teacup on top. And again, bottom right drawer. And a wheel valve over here that opens another passage that we're going to go through. But we're not going to go in there just yet. All the way to the far end of this room. This revolving door. This is the one I was talking about in the beginning. That we were going to have to come out of and go back to the desk. Notice the candles on the desk are lit now. Which they weren't before. And this document was not here before either. Okay, so we're back in. Now we're not going to go out that door just yet either, because in this elevator shaft you're going to need a rope arrow. And drop all the way down. Now at our feet is some more food if you need it. But we have to go down this way. There's a document right in front of us. Then there's a desk over here with some cabinets next to it. 2 items up here. Or 1 item and 1 collectible. Okay, staircase next to it where there's a lot of debris in the way. We have to hop over all this stuff. Coming out up here, there's a bench on the right with some scissors next to it. And then all the way to the other end of the room. And here we need the key again. There's so many parts of this asylum that look exactly the same. You can absolutely get lost in here. But there's another desk in this room. Top left drawer. And most of the desks in this level, the bottom right drawer usually has something in it. Most of them do. But there's a pen right behind us. And document on the wall. Now there's a shelf over here that has a vent right behind it. This will take us into the shower room. But there's another portrait on the way. Now, before we go in here, look at the drains on the floor when we... See that black thing sticking out of the drain that disappears when we come in here? I don't know what that is. I just think it's cool. And you come out this way, you can either go to the left or the right first. It doesn't make any difference. The only thing over here is a teapot. Then we're going to go all the way down to the far end. The hallway over to the left is how we're going to get out of here. Alright, and we're out. Okay, this leads to the cafeteria. There's a ghost that looks a lot like Aaron. And notice these mannequins are all facing this direction. Get back here, take this hand mirror. Yeah. They went way overboard with the ghost story. Love it. But spoon on the floor. There's a poppy at this far end if you need that. But here's a fork. There's another fork on the floor. And another spoon right there. Now the kitchen is back here. On this pillar next to the kitchen, there's actually some food way back there, but there was a document and a teacup on the way out. Okay, when you get here, there is nothing down here. Just follow the steps all the way up. Will take us to another revolving door.
Perhaps there are some kind of medical records that could tell me more.
Okay, now we're in the women's ward. Document on the wall. I'm going to do the same thing here I did in the men's ward. We're going to go down one hallway, and then we're going to go down the next hallway. But way up here, there's a room.
can't stay here. It's too dangerous.
It's pretty cool. Poppy on the floor, and another pocket portrait right behind us. You pick that up, and the door will open automatically. This first door, when you come in, has got a document on the floor. And back out. The next room, I think it's a fork way in the back. Yep. And back out again. The room next to it. This lock, you have to pick this lock just right. You can't miss any of the tumblers or it won't let you in the room. Oh yeah, did I mention? There's also a huge explosion. But it doesn't do any damage. It doesn't hurt you. Okay, but over on the left, we got another syringe. Now there's like a ghost or some force. If you mess up the lock, it sucks you right back out of this room, and you won't be able to get this loot item. And then the door slams shut behind you, and you can't get back in. So you have to pick that lock just right. But coming over into this next room, come on, get up there. This vent, you can hop over into the next vent, where there's another office right in the middle, just like in the other ward we were just in. Item in this, document up top.
I could have told
Got another teapot, and again,
but what did you do?
bottom right drawer.
Show me.
And right behind us, there's another document on the right. Over to the left, one more. Then there's an item on the shelf behind it. Okay, so right out here, we're still in the same hallway. Behind the bed over here is another document. And that's everything on this side of the ward, so I'm going to run completely to the far corner of the other side. And we're going to work our way all the way down this hallway. This room's got some scissors and another document. Again, this level's just crazy with the documents. There's so much.
She's been waiting so long.
But every room in this hallway but two. There's only two rooms that don't have anything to take in them. Like there's a document on the floor behind this bed. And in the room next to it, I think it's a hand mirror. And back out. And then this room, there is a pocket portrait underneath the bed. All the beds in this ward are like overturned, upside down or sideways. Then there's an elevator shaft next to this. Yeah. There's no loot over here, I just think that's pretty cool. Nothing in that room. And these are all 3 tumbler locks, real easy to do. Right in the middle of the floor. The room next to this has nothing in it, but now that we've unlocked this over here, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Then there's a document on the floor. Back here, and this is where I'm going to end the video right here. We're going to go out through this way. But before I do, up to the left, you can see we should have 28 of 42 documents by this point. And over to the right, we should have 3 of the 6 collectibles and 68 of the 106 loot items. That's where you should be at this point. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time.